Hello and welcome to the Star Wars The Old Republic stream prequel doing Knights of the Old Republic 2. This is episode 2 and you're here with me, Jedi Knight Johnny D. As well, I'm joined by Jedi Master Ekem Newhouse. Welcome, Master Newhouse.
Welcome, Master D.
Well, I'm still a knight, I think. I don't think I've gotten master yet. Of course, since I'm basically on my own, I have no, I don't know what's going on with my titles. I don't even know if I'm actually still an accredited Jedi. I don't know. I mean, the Jedi... Okay, so let's sum where we're at again for everyone. Hold on.
You have completed Knights of the Old Republic, and you're about to finish your second playthrough of KOTOR II. You are a Jedi Master. You might not be on the Jedi Council, but you're a Jedi Master.
Well, thank you very much, Master Joas. That is, wow. That I'm at a loss for words. Wow, that's amazing news. I'm very excited. But for this character, we're going to go down a level from my personal self as now the newly ordained Jedi Master Johnny. Stretch up. My guy's waiting for us. This guy is Jedi Knight Johnny D, and he is so to sum up the story, he is a fallen Jedi who's now come back to the galaxy, and there's a bunch of Sith trying to take over the galaxy, and I'm going to stop them. And this is the prequel because this takes place 100 years before the Old Republic. So that's why this is the prequel. And where we were last episode, we passed the Sith test, and we got 4 out of 5 questions. And the one we got wrong, I know this is what's on everyone's mind. What question did they get wrong? Well, the question that we got wrong was the paradox question. And that was that I always lie is not a paradox. What are your thoughts on that, Master?
Was my instinct correct?
Your instincts were correct. That yes, the one about our instincts were both not correct because we both thought I always lie. I always lie was.
Well, you talked me into that one. I wanted a different one, but you talked me into it. What was the?
Well, okay, yeah. So your instincts
answer?
are right where you thought the one about the student and the instructor was wrong. But the one where I always lie, we both were like, oh, that sounds like a paradox. And you were like, yeah, it sounds like a paradox because I guess it sounds like a paradox because I guess it did to me and I guess maybe you. But it's not a paradox. And the way that plays out is that if you're, I don't know, does that make sense to you that it's not a paradox, Newhouse? Is that now obvious to you? You're like, of course it's not a paradox. Can you explain to us why it's not a paradox? If that is your take?
Oh God. Okay, give me the whole quote again. Sorry.
I always lie.
And that was not the paradox.
That was not a paradox. That would have been the right answer that we did not correctly. Yes.
That's not a paradox because if he's always lying, that statement is a lie. So the statement itself is a lie, but that is not a paradox.
Yeah. So the way I thought it out is that if you're like a filthy liar and you like to lie a lot, and you're like, I always lie. Well, you could be lying, right? Well, you'd be lying, right? Yes. But you might not be, because a really good filthy liar would probably sometimes lie, sometimes not lie to keep people on their toes. So then the next day you could be like, yeah, I sometimes lie, I sometimes don't, and that could be the truth. And then basically that's a valid statement. The statement where you said I always lie and you lie because you don't always lie, that's okay. So the universe doesn't implode. That's why it's not a paradox.
All right. And what was the answer? What was the answer to the how many the number of Sith at the table at the time of what was it?
Well, that was 20. We were right. So we got the Sith table right. The Sith table number right, which is 20. You were right about Freedom Nod. Is that his name?
Correct.
You're right about that person not being a Sith. And then we were right that the Gizkar, the cute frogging creatures that probably Jabba the Hutt ate, would not be a Sith pet because they're too cute. That's how I think how that plays out. And we also were correct on the we knew the Sith code. We nailed that. And yeah, I think that was it. So yeah, 4 out of 5. We passed those. So
awesome.
So now we get access to the training room. So let's proceed to the game and see what's in this training room. And oh, another computer panel. Oh no, starving Takata. They're gonna be really mean if they're starving. So the Sith are they're bad folks. What in the original game, what these cages were for? They would kidnap people, and then they would put them in these cages, and then they'd use those people as like the Sith would do combat training, fighting the kidnapped people. Which is yeah, it's pretty awful, eh? But sometimes they give them weapons though. So I mean, I guess at least sometimes the poor kidnapped folks had a fighting chance. But yeah, that's what this training room is. I remember that.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a rough place.
Probably,
okay.
Ready?
Probably not a lot of danger in fighting a training droid as compared to captive fighting for his life.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I guess it was effective. Okay, so let's see what this computer panel does. Begin training sequence. Oh, so this is probably where we'll be able to have to deal with the starving Tukata. Let's see what's these computers work very well. Okay, let's I guess we're gonna be fighting Tukata. Are you ready, Master Newhouse, for some Tukata fighting?
Indeed I am.
Alright, let's do it. Level 2 training sequence corrupted, resolving. Okay. Resolved. Level 16 training sequence initiated. Ooh, level 16. That sounds a lot higher than level 1. Uh-oh. Okay. Well. Oh no, she's got to do it all by herself? Oh, good. I'm over there. I thought she'd be in trouble if she had to do this all by herself. With Johnny D here, we got nothing to worry about. Okay, so let's do some quick Takata slicing and dicing. Oh, that was good stabbing motion there. Oh, different animations there.
Not bad for a 20-year-old game.
Yeah. All right. So what happens now? I guess do we pass? I assume we pass. All right. Training complete. Processing results. Training failed. Time elapsed. What? Oh man, we have to do it super fast then. Unacceptable performance for a level 16 student. Report to detention room for disciplinary action. Okay. Oh, is that the next room over?
I don't know, but maybe even though you failed, it unlocked the door, so now you can still...
Yeah.
Yes.
So we didn't really fail. I think it was probably I assume you'd always fail. Okay, so then I think the detention room is probably this way.
What, you think it's a Kobayashi Maru?
Yeah. Yeah, oh, who's this?
Another great Jedi lost. I think the body was left here as a message to us.
Vash. Okay, so I gotta figure out what my line is. I mean, I think I would say Vash, he was a member of the Jedi Council because I knew all the people in the Jedi Council because I think I was fairly. I mean, I think Revan and Malik were young. I was probably young too, but I think we were probably like the top of the cream of the crop. I think so. I seem to know a lot of people based on the dialogue I got. Okay. Oh, so this is where you can kind of like piece together your kind of own version of the story. So okay, so back, I'll elaborate more on the story. So when I went back to tell the Jedi Council, like basically to talk to them about the fact that we had all gone on a crusade against the Mandalorians, basically against the Jedi Council's wishes. They showed that in a flashback to this. So, so there was a bunch of folks there, and they had this like stone or something. It was like this force stone or something. It's like this in the middle of the room. I guess it was like this sacred stone or something. I think it was a stone. It was like a big rock. right? Like the size of a person. And I basically stabbed that. I stabbed it in like as the conversation like deteriorated. We were basically like they were basically kicking me out, and I was like, you can't fire me, I quit, and I stabbed the rock with my lightsaber. So so I think there was the 4 masters I'm looking for were there. Maybe there's a couple other ones. So I don't know if Vash was the master I'm looking for, or if Vash was just another person sitting around. But okay. So let's look at the dialogue. Some of it's pretty intense. Like you could say I might have killed her myself. She was one of those responsible for my exile. So that's if like you're really bitter about getting kicked out. I am not bitter about kicking out, so I'm not going to say that. I can say that they were one of the members the quickest to reject me. I think I'm just going to say Vash. She was a member of the Jedi Council because I don't really know what exactly happened, or who they were. So I'll just keep it simple. I'm not going to add too much story to this. So Vash, she was a member of the Jedi Council. Okay. Oh, yeah, data pad. This is the journal of Master Lana Vash. I found the Sith that I came to Korriban looking for. I am no fool, but I fell neatly into their trap. Their leader, Darth Sion. Is that what you said? Is that you called the person with the garbled up eye and skin? Is that Darth Sion?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. So that is Darth Sion. Okay, so their leader, Darth Sion, is a perversion of the dark side, such as I have not seen before. Though he was cunning enough to capture me, he seems otherwise to be a volatile brute, and therefore should be easily coerced. Okay, so is that their plan? They got trapped, and they're like, they could coerce them to do... Were they trying to get trapped, I guess, on purpose? Guess they didn't work out whatever they were trying to do because they're dead. Oh man, ooh, lightsaber. What kind of lightsaber is? Let's see what they're packing.
No, he just fell right into their trap. Like he was not expecting it at all.
Okay.
That's how I interpret it.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So how can I see the weapons? Okay. I want to see what their lightsaber's like. These are all the weapons that we have. So we got a double-bladed lightsaber. Oh, here we go. Freedom Nod's short lightsaber. 324. Oh, that's pretty good for a short lightsaber. Yeah. That'd be cool if you did double wielding and you had a short one and a long one. What is my lightsaber at? That's 324. 422. Oh man, it's even better than mine. I don't want a short one though. Well, I got damage bonus +1 light side. I get better blaster bolt deflection. Oh, and I get strength +1 and wisdom +2. Okay, so I got a lot of stuff. So in this game, you can you probably remember this maybe. Well, I guess yeah, because you only played KOTOR 1, right, Newhouse? Like in the last 10 years. Anyway, you can use like force crystals to alter your lightsaber and get different perks.
Yes, change their colors.
Yeah.
And just basically personalize to your strengths and your style as a Jedi.
Yeah, you got it. Okay, so is that a new computer panel? Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna keep my.
Ready?
I still like my lightsaber, so I'm keeping it. Okay, Sith Academy detention room terminal. Route authorization required. Oh, should I enter Lana Vash? Didn't seem to work out for Lana Vash. Maybe I should not, or should I? What do you think, Newhouse?
Do it.
All right. System access granted. Open the front door. Oh, is that we can finally get out and go to the cave? Okay.
Ooh, I hope so.
Yeah, that's good. Let's go back. Schedule disciplinary. Okay, so schedule disciplinary action. I guess, should we see what that does? So, I don't think that's going to be a good idea. I think you would get some serious electric shock. So we're going to go back and get out of here. Okay, so I think then there's a locker here. Let's see if somebody's in a locker. So I was thinking about it. I think the last thing to do is we got thorium charges, and there's that door that was fused shut by the lightsaber. So I think we need to go there as the final thing to do here before leaving.
All right.
So let's speed her up, get moving. Oh, freaking gas! Oh, oh. Uh-oh.
Did you come here for answers? There are none. The call of Korriban is strong, but it is the call of the dead.
I've often wondered since it's Phantom Menace why the Jedi don't use their Jedi speed powers more. Oh, jeez, sorry.
And found nothing but weakness.
Time to talk.
Yet still she clutches at you, as if you are all that gives her life.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's the problem with all the Jedi powers. It's like you can use them so often, and yeah, it just kind of might I don't know. Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you use it all the time? I mean, unless maybe it like takes a lot of energy, you know what I mean? Like you can only use it so often, you know what I mean?
They use it once in the Phantom Menace, and you could be right, but it didn't really seem to have any detrimental effect to Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon when they were using it on the Separatist ship there. It's just so strange. It's a cool power. He uses it once, but then you don't see it ever again in anything other than video games.
Yeah, well, what my sense is like it's like if you run really fast, like if you're like the Flash. I mean, the Flash has a Speed Force barrier that keeps him from like, breaking all his limbs as he runs around, right, and like bang into stuff. But I think it's like you have to kind of be careful because. Yeah, you'd just be bumping into walls if you like. You'd be hard to like make turns and stuff. So you can probably just do like little spurts, and that's about it, right? And and I think the one time you use it a lot. Well, I use it a lot was in Jedi Knight 2, right? Dark Forces, right? With Kyle Katarn. And I always thought it was like you'd use it, and it was really like all you're doing is you're just kind of showing how when you're in a fight, the Jedi just have such faster reflexes. So it's just kind of like I don't know. It helps make you give you that dominance, but really, that's not really what's going on when the Jedi how they view things. It's just it's almost like everything slows down. It's more like what it is. Well, I guess that's what it is. The power in the game. So, anyway, so it's not like a running around thing that when you use it in games. It's just your faster reflexes that you just naturally have as you grow up, as your power grows. As a Jedi. Is that making sense?
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess what I'm saying is that I can see how they'd only use it for like. Just like little speed bursts because they don't want to be bashing into walls and right, so they can only use it so often, right, where it makes sense. That's my explanation of why they don't use it that often, right? But maybe we could write a screenplay for a short film, and we'll really show how the Force speed is done in an interesting way, right? And we could use that as like a physics experiment as we write on that story. So put that on the backlog of things for us to do, Newhouse, is write a short film about using the Force speed. All right.
Logged and noted. All right.
All right. Okay. So we're dealing with this guy. So this is like we're kind of at climax or like starting at the main climax or I guess this is like the beginning of this is the beginning of the last act. Is right here. Is confronting the Sion guy. Okay, so what are we gonna say here? So he's all interested in Kriya. Okay, yeah. So so this is where you can kind of like figure stuff out because Kriya's always a mystery, right? And you're always like, why the hell? What's Kriya up to, right? But what he said, he says, I have studied you and I found nothing but weakness. What? Oh man, what a jerk. Yet still she clutches at you as if you were all that gives her life. I'm gonna ask, how do you know Kriya?
I know her as an apprentice knows their master, and as a master knows an apprentice.
Hey, is that a paradox? All right. What do you want with her?
I want her to die and see all that she has built cast down, all that she holds dear in shards at her feet.
Well, it's not going to be that. Well, I'm going to say I will not let you harm her.
But you do not know her as I do. You have not survived her teachings as I have.
Whoa.
And you have not bested her in battle as I have. You are nothing. Yet still she walks with you, is willing to sacrifice herself for you. I have studied you. I know the paths you walked in exile. I know your teacher. I know the fires that raged upon the Duxon Moon while the Republic died around you. You know war. You know battle. And I know of Malachor. You saw the heart of war, what Malachor wrought. Yet you turned away from it. You are a wretched thing. A thing of weakness and fear. You are her apprentice in name only. I am the master. And that is why you will die.
Okay, so we gotta fight this guy. Okay, so what he's referring to there, so he's referring to the Mandalorian Wars. And so that when I was fighting them, and so Malachor was this battle where I must have been like in control of a fleet or sorry, like an army or something, like because I was one of the main generals, probably with Malak and Revan. And yeah, I guess I kind of like carpet bombed the shit out of people's my guess, because it's basically like they allude that I probably was like borderline war atrocities, the kind of bombings I was doing wherever. So that's what he's referring to. That's why it's like they're like, yeah, you should be they're probably just, you know, I should be a dark sider because I was probably a little ruthless, but I don't know, man. It was total war, man. Sometimes it's what you got to do. At least that's what my character thinks. But you know, whatever. Like this guy, he's trying to cut me up, and screw him. I'm going to cut him up too. Okay, so let's think this through here. I'm going to attack. I think if you do these attacks, you got to have your defense up. Oh, well, you don't. You have some defense. You do flurry, you lose defense. That's why I like to feel the guy out. But then I like to flurry, right? I can test him, right? I'm going to do a critical strike. See if I can get a good little shot, get a lot of damage out. I'm going to go back to flurry too. I'm going all in. All right, let's see how this goes.
Do it.
All right, I got to remember what the buttons are here. Here we go. Oh, screw it. I did it all wrong. Critical strike here. You can do this like power attack too, where you do like this crazy jump. Do a couple of those. Oh, definitely.
He cannot be defeated. He is not a beast of flesh and blood. This is not a battle that can be won. Flee.
I won't run from
Where'd
that.
you guys go?
Now you tell me. Yeah, I'm not gonna run. I almost had him. Like, wasn't I almost beating him? Like, is that your take on the battle?
You were doing damage to him, but it looked like it just instantly regenerated.
Oh, well,
That's what
now
I got.
you tell me. Anything else you want to share?
There will be another time, but it is not now, not here, while Korriban runs through him.
Okay, all right. I guess we're running away. Run away!
She protects him, shields him.
Run away!
Find him, hunt him wherever he travels. He will not escape me again. I will bring his corpse to her, cast it at her feet. It will be as if killing her children. I will kill all she protects, all she shields, until her hands are drenched in blood.
Okay. Well, the ancient Sith are the ones who erected the mighty statues and temples on Korriban's surface. Okay, so I guess we got out of here, and now are we supposed to go to the cave? I don't know what we're supposed to do next. You know what we're supposed to do next? Run away!
All
right.
I do
Well,
not. I'm too busy trying to figure out in my mind why Morgan Elsbeth decided to name the giant hyperspace ring in Ahsoka that they used to travel to the Peridia Galaxy after this guy. For anybody watching that doesn't remember, she named it the Eye of Sion.
Yes.
And, the way Star Wars
right.
work, that is not a coincidence. There is a specific reason why Dave Filoni chose to call it that. I just don't know what it is. So sorry, I was a little distracted as my imagination was running wild.
That's a good thing to bring up. What's that? Must be at Tukata. All right, so we're going to this cave. Yeah, no, it's a good thing to bring up because, like you said, I gotta read this. A Jedi can learn up to 7 of the 11 forms. Which form is best depends on your situation. I was just using anyway, like you were saying that half-eaten corpse. Like Filoni, you have on record that Filoni was like talking about KOTOR, right? And that's an influence on him?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes. That is absolutely correct.
Yeah, so I wonder whenever he talks about KOTOR II. You should find an interview, I guess, to see. Maybe that'll help fill in the gaps of why he named that thing. All right, so this datapad. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right, well, I'm reading the datapad. This datapad appears to have belonged to a Sith Tukata trainer. I've released several of my best trained Tukata into the caves to finally eradicate the Shirak infestation. I think the Shirak are the bad creatures. So far, so good. My only concern is the eagerness the beasts have for the hunt. I must apply extra punishment to the Tukata that ignore their masters before they revert back to the predatory nature. All right, so I think we're going to be fighting a lot of monsters here. There's a Shirak. Okay, so I'll do that. So on this planet, there's not much. It's just the Sith Academy, which I think... Oh, we haven't gone to the door with the thorium charges.
Well, that means... Can you go back to that temple?
I don't know.
Darth Sion there?
I don't know. I assume we can't. I assume we've done everything we had to do.
Logically, story-wise, yeah, it's probably not... It might be like a really cool item or something that's in the room, but I don't think it's anything necessary. However, if you want to go back for it, I'm here for it.
No, well, what I was saying is that there's really not that much on this planet, because it's kind of the Sith Academy, this cave, that's it, right? So, my thoughts are the Jedi Master must be this cave somewhere. So, we'll run around the cave until we get stuck, and then I'll use the map again.